Thank you for your time. Where are you from?
I come from France.
France.
Yes.
Okay. So are you visiting, right?
Yes, we do. We came with a group of friends, we are four, and we are visiting Japan for 2 weeks.
Where have you been in Japan?
So we arrived in Tokyo, but we didn't stay for the first day. We went south to Kyoto, and from Kyoto we went to Nara, Osaka, Hiroshima, Miyajima,
Yeah.
and then we went to Mount Fuji, and we arrived in Tokyo yesterday.
You climbed up the Mount Fuji?
No, we didn't climb up the Mount
Okay.
Fuji, but we were lucky enough to see it, the top,
Yes.
and very impressive.
Okay. So I'm getting into the main topic today, and today's main topic is culture shock, cultural difference. So when you were staying in Japan, did you feel some cultural difference or something you were surprised at here?
Yes, I think all of us have seen a lot of difference. I think the main thing will be, to me, like how welcoming it is here. I've seen spontaneous gesture of welcoming acts, or just people walking in the streets then stop and ask me, "Oh, where do you come from? Do you enjoy your stay here?" Something I probably never seen in France. In the hotel, in the streets, in the train, everyone is taking care about all the people around. Well, it feels like this. I think maybe it's not the case, and when you're a tourist, you always see things with glitters. But yeah, that is the most surprising thing.
Okay.
When we went to Osaka, it was very surprising because we were staying in Kyoto, we went to Nara, and they are quite peaceful towns. Well, I felt like this. And then we went to Osaka, and it was like all those lights, all those advertising. It was very colorful. You know, we have this sentence in France, I don't know if you're using it, but to us, Japan is like in the middle of tradition and modern. And it was really like cutting between those two concepts.
Like you felt modern side in Osaka and traditional side in
Yeah.
Kyoto Nara.
Yeah, and maybe in the same day we went to temples, Zen gardens. It was very like extraordinary. And then we went to Osaka, and it was like so much life and lights, and yeah.
So like what about food? Are there some weird thing? It's not like good or bad, just that you are not used to.
I cannot say maybe this dish was very surprising, but I'm surprised on how sometimes they focus on just the taste of one thing. Like this is gonna be the taste will come from this thing, like tiny plates with one vegetable, but it is very tasty. It's not like a dish with many things, like maybe you can find in ramen. There's a lot of ingredients. I love it, of course. But I remember we went to a restaurant near Kyoto, and we went to a restaurant, and there was like tiny plates with one vegetable, one fish, 2 slices of one thing, and it was like wow, like very astonishing. And maybe you don't find this or less in France. In France, it's more like complex dishes, complex sauce, and we focus on the mix and yeah, every dish like was very different, tasteful, and it was very interesting.
Okay, I see. Have you been to other countries too, other than Japan?
Yes, apart from Japan, I went to the UK, Scotland, Ukraine, Norway, mostly Europe. Yeah, I went to Slovakia, Denmark, Spain, Italy, and Morocco. Yes.
Okay. So I guess that Eastern Europe is also different from France, like Western Europe. Japan is also very different from France. So in which countries you visited did you feel the biggest culture shock?
I'd say Ukraine.
Ukraine.
Yes.
Okay.
So I went to other Eastern Europe, like Hungary, but I didn't feel that shock because I think Western spirit was very present. In Ukraine, you can feel that we don't have the same culture. Here you have a lot of buildings, like brutalist buildings that we don't have in France. People behaviors are very different. Like people, maybe like here, at first sight, people can be a little bit shy, or it's not. You can think that it's not going to be easy to bond with someone, but at the end of the day, people end up like being very welcoming, maybe more than in France, and very helpful. And yeah, I felt this in Ukraine too.
Okay. So lastly, if someone who wants to visit Japan watch this video, what do you want to say to them?
Go for it. I'd say this is a very interesting country with great landscapes, very different. I just recommend it 100% because you feel like you're really abroad with food, behaviors, landscapes. And yeah, it feels good. And we always feel safe everywhere, which is quite rare these days. Yeah, if I compare to Paris, it's really not the same. There are some places to avoid. Maybe I assume this is the case in Japan too. There are some places you don't want to go. But as a tourist and where the main things are, it feels safe.
So it was very nice to talk with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Arigato.
Thank you for your cooperation. Where are you from?
I'm from France.
Are you visiting Japan or living here?
I'm just visiting for now, for 1 month and a half, I think. Yeah.
So today I want to ask about the reason you came here and so on. So firstly, what brought you to Japan?
Well, I've been interested in Japanese culture since my childhood because I had an aunt who worked here for a few years. So she told me stories about Japan.
Okay.
And I grew up fond of it. So I started watching anime, reading manga.
Okay.
So I became more and more interested. And that's why.
So in the first place, you were inspired by one person.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. What kind of culture do you like?
What I like the most is the people here. Since the beginning of my travel, I only met really gentle people. Really gentle people.
Okay. So you have maybe some interesting story in terms of interaction with that gentle people. Did you have some interesting story with them?
For example, I arrived at Mount Fuji and it was raining but a lot. And I was with my suitcase and my big coat, going to my hostel. And just some lady stopped in her car, gave me an umbrella, and just left.
Okay.
Just like this.
Wow.
Yeah, that was very kind.
Okay.
Incredible.
Did you learn something in this trip? Did you find something important in your life or life changing?
Well, I'm traveling alone. When you're alone, you're kind of obligated to meet people. I discovered that I can get out of my comfort zone. And that's very nice.
Okay.
Because I didn't used to do it in France, I think.
When you communicate with other people, do you use Japanese?
Yes, I use Japanese.
Okay.
As much as I can, so I can learn too.
Okay. Do you think it is important to learn Japanese or to learn some basic Japanese before coming here?
Yeah, I think it's important.
How come?
Because I think it's easier to communicate simply, but also it makes Japanese people more comfortable, I think.
Without any Japanese language knowledge, do you think it is possible to travel here?
Only in the big city, I think. Because I've been in the country and it's quite a lot difference. Really no one speaks English, so just the basics, I think. At least.
Okay. Also, with Japanese, you get to know more about people and culture, right?
That's right, yeah.
Okay. Lastly, what do you want to say to people who want to visit Japan?
I would say try to plan in advance, but not too much. Try to do some adventure. Try to go on this street or this one that you find cute. Just try. It's a very beautiful country.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Where are you from?
I'm from Bulgaria.
Are you visiting or living here?
Yeah, actually I spent here 4 months studying in a Japanese university in Akita.
Akita.
Yes.
It sounds like a unique choice, but why did you choose Akita?
Well, I was interested in Japanese culture and nature since I was 16. So yeah, my university has an exchange program with Akita. So I've decided to do my exchange there. That's why.
Okay. Akita International University?
Yes.
You are spending a few months in Japan.
Yes,
So
4 months.
Yeah, 4 months. So it is different from just visiting, right?
Yes.
So just tourism. So did you find some pros and cons about life in Japan?
Well, about pros, I think what most people know is that Japanese people are very polite and friendly. So yeah, this is one big pros compared to other countries. About cons, yeah, maybe Japanese people have trouble speaking their mind sometimes. I feel like they are afraid of being judged by the people around them. So yeah, this is something I don't like. I prefer them to be a bit more direct. Yeah.
So did you find that cons while you were like communicating with your Japanese friends in university?
Yeah, I would say so. Sometimes it was difficult to establish good relationships, even by spending a lot of time with certain people. It was still difficult. I could feel the barrier between us.
Wasn't it just like language barrier, but also
No. I would say language is not that big of a problem, but just maybe the connection between people is somehow difficult to establish.
you are basically studying in university in Bulgaria, right? And you're
In
doing
the Netherlands.
In the Netherlands.
Hi.
Oh, interesting. So spending college life in Netherlands, in Japan, like two different countries, foreign countries for you. Did you find some differences in each country?
Yeah, I would say most people think that Japanese people are shy, but to be honest, I don't really think they're that shy once you get to know them. So yeah, most of them like to party a lot, so they're not as shy as they seem once you get to know them a little bit. So yeah, and in the Netherlands, people are cold, I think.
Really?
A bit cold compared to the people from my country. One thing that really surprised me is because Netherlands is way closer to Bulgaria, I expected to be more culturally connected with them. But to be honest, after I came to Japan, I felt I had more similar things with Japanese people compared to Dutch people, which was really strange for me. Yeah, because I expected to have a lot of differences, but actually many people are quite similar to people in my country in a good way.
Lastly, if someone who are interested in living in Japan watch this video, what kind of message would you give them?
Many people research a lot before coming to Japan about the culture, the people and so on, but in my opinion it's still difficult to know the inside out of Japan without coming here, because reading on the internet is one thing, but when you come to Japan it's actually completely different. Some things are true, but most of them no, I would not say. You have to get to know the people and it's completely different experience from that is shown on the internet.
So everything you should like confirm by yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
It was very nice to talk with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your cooperation. Where are you from?
I'm from Chile.
How many times have you been in Japan?
Second time.
So first time, when was it?
3 years ago, holiday. And this opportunity, 6 days in Japan. And I was in Akihabara, Shibuya. This awesome Japan.
And this time, what brought you to Japan?
Working holiday visa.
So you're living here.
Yes.
How long are you living here?
1 year. 1 year.
And now?
6 months. Hi.
Now 6 months. So like, do you speak Japanese too? Are you learning it? And now, what do you do for living?
I work in hotel. I clean. Exactly, I do.
Today, I'm asking people what kind of impressions foreigner people get in Japan, and what kind of impression did you get when you come here?
Japan is awesome. The place, the people, the food, the drink. In Japanese is omochiroi. Omochiroi.
Did you get Japanese friends?
Hi, I had three friends in Japan.
Nice. How did you make friends with them?
In a pub or a restaurant in Nogata. I live in Nakano. In this moment in Nakano. And this friend I meet in his restaurant. We play billiard, nomu biru, and they are very funny.
So lastly, what do you want to say to people who want to visit Japan?
Teach the language Japanese, the basic. Feel free, come here.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much.
ご視聴ありがとうございました。いかがだったでしょうか？動画のご感想やテーマのご要望などコメント欄で教えていただけますと幸いです。たくさんのコメントお待ちしております。チャンネル登録の際は通知ボタンもお忘れなく。